ANC First Deputy Secretary General Nomvula Mokonyane says the African continent should guard against being shortchanged amid current global political changes. She was speaking to SABC News international editor Sophie Mokoena on the margins of the international Russophile movement here in Johannesburg. Mokonyane also touched on the elections in Mozambique, Botswana as well as Namibia.
Amongst the things that we conveyed here is the appreciation of international solidarity, the role played by different organizations and different countries. The second one is about the need to promote and fight strongly for inclusivity, for a multipolar world, and for fairness in the space of development in a globalized economy. The third issue that we spoke about on behalf of the ANC is about ensuring that Africa is given the space to grow, to unite, and most importantly, to pursue Agenda 2063. That in as much as we may have our different challenges in the different regions of the continent, in our different countries, we do have an Agenda 2063 that is a program that has been agreed upon by all the nations in Africa. That should be one of the immediate platforms so that then even those that we believe are progressive and promoting progressive internationalism don't come and reinvent the wheel. The last issue was about issues of peace and stability across the continent in all our regions, and ensuring therefore that we deal with the economic emancipation, because some of what we see happening in our continent, it's precisely because of the economic struggle and the quest for economic emancipation.
Now the election in Mozambique, the elections, we see now there are protests today. ANC has a relationship with Frelimo. What's your view in relation to the outcomes of the results?
Look, we were in Mozambique. We saw what happened. And we believe that, of course, just like in any other elections, it is not easy for everybody to embrace the outcome. But what we must really guard against, it's a situation where the outcome of the elections or the delay now towards the official pronouncement is used to cast aspersions. Let's leave the Mozambicans to make their official pronouncement, and everybody must live with it. Adherence to the code of conduct is also quite important. Remember, we don't only have a relationship with Frelimo, we have a relationship with the people of Mozambique, because any instability in Mozambique also does have an impact on us, and therefore South Africans themselves must contribute towards calling for calm, calling for peace, calling for the respect of the rule of law, and ensuring that those who move between South Africa and Mozambique, particularly for trade, are afforded the space to move. And the leaders who contested the elections should also subject themselves to the processes as they are determined by the laws of what governs Mozambique.
We saw a smooth transition in Botswana. What is the ANC's view in terms of the new administration?
It is quite heartening, and we were amongst the others who congratulated the people of Botswana for that smooth transition between BDP and UDC, but also in the persons of the two presidents. It is quite a good lesson to learn, and also something that we must all work together on. We have a very unique relationship with Botswana as the African National Congress. The BDP is historically our ally because it has been a ruling party over years. The BNF has also been one of those parties in Botswana that stood with us as one of the key anti-apartheid movements, providing support, providing shelter for our own Umkhonto weSizwe and those who were in exile, including opportunities of the movement between South Africa and Botswana. And therefore for us, what we need to strengthen is collaboration at the government-to-government level, so that we avoid what happened in the past with regard to the agricultural goods coming from our country. And we need to also work on harmonizing relations so that as neighbors we are able to make sure that through our own not only political but economic, diplomatic relations, and people to people, because there's no distinction between a Botswana and Botswana South Africa, that we strengthen those relationships to promote both cultural and economic diversity.
And finally, we're looking at Namibia. Today it was the start of the early elections, special votes.
What is exciting about Namibia is that there's also on our side, there's a woman candidate. Yeah? It's quite exciting. We're looking forward to those elections, and we wish SWAPO well, and we wish the people of Namibia well as they're going into these elections. They must be peaceful, and we will be in Namibia. We have received the invitation as the ANC, and a delegation from the ANC will be going. We wish the female candidate to triumph.